What is up, everyone? This is Share Talking and welcome back to my channel. And on today's video, I'll help you make the best decisions on your new adventure on Octopath Traveler 0. You can select skills and jobs, and that will really change how you progress for the start of the game. You can change your physique, but that really does not make any difference, it's just cosmetics. And then the game will allow you to choose a learned skill. This skill will be equipped in your main character, but you can even give this to someone else in the party if you so want. We have three options, the first one calling Twin Shot Mastery, and it will allow you to select a weapon deal damage to a foe 2 times. Well, this is actually better than it seems. You can select any physical weapon and hit the enemy 2 times, so even if you don't have that weapon equipped, it will still do good damage. Sometimes enemies will have 5 different weaknesses, but they will block some weaknesses because of their gameplay mechanics. And you can select exactly the one that is open and then break the enemy. But we have 8 characters in our parties. It is easier now to find solutions to break enemy defenses. The second one is called Healing Prayer Mastery. It recovers HP and also restores SP by 10%. 10% doesn't seem much, it doesn't, but you can boost this to increase the values. And if you really want to go for a healer, this could work. Especially because you already have healing options with the protagonist. But I recommend going with the Weaken Foundation Mastery. It allows you to lower the physical attack and the physical defense of an enemy by 2 turns. Okay, 2 turns doesn't seem much. But if your main character is fast enough, it will apply this before the enemy attacks, reducing the damage you receive, and also allowing all your physical damage dealers to do more damage. And in this game, even mages can do physical damage. The most important thing is that when you use boost, this can achieve 8 turns of effect. So very, very useful. And you can usually debuff only one element when using skills. This one allows you to debuff 2. And skills that have physical damage and then debuff, even if you boost it, they will not increase the turn duration. So you can get up to 8 turns, where if you would using a skill that debuffs defense, it will always be just 2 turns. That's why this is so important in my opinion, especially for the start of the game, allowing you to do more and more damage while receiving less. So this is my selection. And you can also select your dish. In my opinion, I prefer to use a physical attack percentage, because equipments that give you physical attack are usually harder to find in Octopath Travelers. You can give a name that really does not matter at all. Now you're going to be presented with 3 options for your belongings, and this is something very important actually. There are 8 different options. Some are equipments that improve your status, some are useless items, and let me explain here. The equipments may seem interesting at first, but they are just not good in the long run. For example, if you are on level 60 and beyond, your character status will be around 300 at most. So imagine 10% of 300, that's 30, right? There are accessories that can give you 100 points of status. So that means that these equipments will not help you too much in the long run. There are key items that are important for missions and even to recruit characters. The Crested Key and the Letter Fragment are related to 2 characters that you can get early in the game. You can get another Letter Fragment very easily just in the front of the character that you want to recruit, but the Letter Fragments will also be used for a different quest, much like the Crested Key. So I recommend getting those 2 items for sure. You can easily get the inventory bed just before you need to use it. So you can just get it inside the game. There is also a Nourishing Nut M. This gives you 150 points of max HP. I don't suggest you using nuts at the start of the game on any other character that's not the protagonist. The protagonist will be used all the time, so you can start the game by using the Crested Key, Letter Fragment, and the Nourishing Nut, and then use Nourishing Nut right on start to get extra HP. That would be really the best start for you. And after you beat the prologue, the game will allow you to choose the job your character will use. And at this point, I do believe there is just one best option, and that is the Merchant. It's not to say that the Chief is not good. For example, I used it and it was pretty easy to beat bosses with HP Thief, allowing you to recover HP, and then also a Sheep AoE attack. Also, Scholar is very useful since it gives you 3 different elemental attacks that do not clash with the first Scholar you recruit. But it's just that the Merchant has the best skill. That one is called Arrow of Fortune. This skill costs a lot, 35 SP. As you can see, I cannot even cast it twice for now, but eventually I will. And deals great bow damage and obtain job points based on damage dealt. For every 50 points of damage, you get 1 JP. It may not seem like much at the start of the game, but it is. You can break the enemy, boost 4 times, and do very high damage, and then get, for example, 50 points of JP around 5-hour mark of gameplay. And at the start of the game, you will only be getting 1, 2, or 3 JP points, and one usage of this skill can give you like 7 or 8, fastening your progress to learn new skills. Remember that the JP you get will be given to all the characters in your party, and we have 8 characters in this game, so 8 characters benefiting a lot from the usage of Arrow of Fortune. But it's pretty costly, right? As soon as you use it, you're going to have to recover SP or level up, because when you level up, you also recover. But you can use Rest. Rest, if boosted, will recover a lot of SP. I also suggest you to equip your character with equipments that improve SP so that you can use Arrow of Fortune more often. Okay, and there's also Collect, that gives you extra leaves when you use this skill by stealing money from an enemy. You will also get passive that will increase the amount of leaves you get by the end of the fight. There's also Donate PP that can help do damage with a secondary character if they do more damage than your protagonist. There is also another skill that is very useful to get, Mystic Shot, an AoE bow attack that also restores SP equal to 2% of the damage dealt to the entire front row. Okay, 18 is half the cost of Arrow of Fortune, can use it many times, and 2% does not sound as much, right? But eventually you're going to do a lot of damage to your enemies. It will easily become free to use, especially if you use it on max boost, and recovering SP to your other front row units will help keep them using their strongest attacks. And then you will have a new option for your mastery skill, just like the first skill you chose. This one can be removed from your protagonist and given to someone else. There are 3 options. As soon as you select your job, you have 3 different options. Eye for an eye. This gives you a 50% chance to counter physical attacks with your main weapon. And there are no solo fights in this game. You are always fighting with your whole squad. So it's more for the case of the enemy targeting you or using an AoE attack. Then you have a 50% chance to counter. The second option is Greater Heal Mastery. Raise the amount restored by the equipped character's HP and SP recovery skills. This one is actually very useful because it will improve Rest, but also Mystic Shot. Rest will recover extra SP so that you can keep using Arrow of Fortune, and then Mystic Shot will recover extra SP to everyone. Not that it really makes a big impact, but anything can help when you are needing just a little more SP to use a strong skill. The third one is BP in Adversity. This one is actually very useful as well, and in the past Octopath Traveler games, it would be even better than here. 2 BP when near death. You get near death a lot in this game, that is low health. But in this game with 8 characters in the party, and switching between back row and front row, you usually always have some BP, so it's not really as game changing. If you want to speed up your grind and just get extra SP all the time, choose the Greater Heal Mastery. You will also get a special skill with the protagonist that will heal our allies for a lot of healing, and this will even improve the effects. But there are no wrong choices here in my opinion, but I will be going with the Greater Heal Mastery to just make my grind faster. Okay, now I'll show you how I'm grinding by using Rest and Arrow of Fortune to get lots of JP and learn new skills with my whole squad. Okay, now I'm gonna show you how much you can get from Rest at the start of the game. I'll even boost once. I got 36 points of SP by use of Rest. Now, without that skill equipped, you recover much less, 28. So, the skill gives you a 25% increase in the recovery action. Okay, so let me show you how I use Arrow of Fortune. I'm going to kill some enemies, but not all of them. I think one will be alive. That's right. Then I will try to break the enemy if possible. If not, it's just okay. I will just choose my protagonist and boost once. Then use my Arrow of Fortune. This enemy is weak to bow. And from a normal fight, 11 JP. Like I said, you can get 50 JP at around 6-hour clock of gameplay by doing a full boost in a boss fight. And if the enemy is also weak to bows. And just to show you, at 6-hour clock, I have almost learned all main skills of my protagonist and the other characters as well. Thank you so much for watching this video. We will be releasing more content in the near future, and I hope to see you soon in the next one. Goodbye.